Is it just me, or did everyone that was watching the Pistons versus Raptors game tonight feel like it wasn't even a game? It felt like we were at Andre Drummond's baptism. For real, though. Every time I looked up, the man was getting baptized at the rim, whether it was Chris Boucher or Norman Powell. It did not matter. Everyone was eating in the paint tonight. The Raptors scored 60 They pounded the Pistons in the paint. They scored 66 points, 66 to 28 paint points. It was literally that much of a difference. Even with Andre Drummond in the paint, the man had a 20-20 game, and it felt like he didn't do anything. It felt like he did jack squat tonight. His 20-20 didn't mean anything. And Norman Powell got 4 dunks in this game tonight. Chris Boucher had a dunk on Drummond as well, like I mentioned earlier. And it was just one of those games. I mean, we swept the Cavaliers last night, 3-0 for the season series. We come to Detroit tonight. Didn't feel like a road game. Felt like we were at home because there were more Raptor fans and Piston fans in the crowd. Literally, in the arena, it felt like 95% Raptor fans and 5% Piston fans. That's why we call it Toronto West, AirCanada West. We got a bunch of names for that place, but it feels like a home court advantage for us. Congratulations to Nick Nurse and the coaching staff. They had to get 2 victories out of these last 3 games before Sunday night to be the coach for Team Giannis at the All-Star game. And they beat Cleveland last night. They beat Detroit tonight, and they got it done. You saw Kyle Lowry go to the bench and dap up everyone that was in the coaching staff. You know, they wanted to get this done for Nick Nurse and the coaching staff, especially coming off the championship run that they had. They felt like this could be another accolade for him to put on his resume. And this 10-game winning streak that we're on right now is so freaking beautiful. 9 games on the road now in a row that we won, 10 games in total, and we're 21 games over 500 right now. We're only 1 game behind last season's record. Last year, at this point, after playing 49 games, we had 36 wins, 13 losses. This year, we have 35 wins, 14 losses. It tells you a lot about this team and the adversity that they've gone through. It does not matter. They stick together and they keep that same formula, and they go hard. They play hard every night, and they don't quit. This is not a team that quits. The championship DNA in their veins now, in their system. It's within them now. It's always going to be there. They're not scared of no moment, and they rise to the occasion every time now. In previous years past, the Raptor fans would always be shook in games where it's, whether it's close or just when we play any team. But now it's like we're just cool, calm, and collected. We're just sitting there chilling, sipping a beer, taking a shot. Don't matter, because the Raptors got this in the bag, no matter who they play. The Raptors won this game 105-92. And Kyle Lowry, his highlight of the game was dapping everyone on the bench tonight, because he did not play good at all. He had a few moments in the first quarter and second quarter where he had a few nice dimes. Unfortunately, Serge Ibaka missed it and then got the putback. But actually, you know what? I take that back. Aside from the highlight that he had on the bench dapping everybody, he had that crossover on the Pistons rookie. Let me get his name. What's his name? Oh, God, I don't know how to pronounce it. Miyakiakiluk. Sorry if I butchered that. I'm just in a good vibe right now. The Raptors haven't got this many wins in a row in 2 years, basically. And if they win against Chicago on Sunday night, they will tie their franchise record of 11 games in a row. And I think they're going to get it done. They can extend it to more. After the Chicago game, they got a back-to-back. Not a back-to-back, but a home-and-home with the Pacers. And right now, they're 2 games ahead of the Celtics and the Heat for second place in the Eastern Conference. Oh, man. Just think about this for a second. those losses that we had against OKC, Portland, and who was it? OKC, Portland, and San Antonio. If we got those W's, we would only have 11 odd losses for the season. I know there's a few more losses from before at the beginning of the season that we could have won, but I'm talking about the most recent losses we had at home. We take away those 3 losses, man, we'd be sitting comfortably in second in the Eastern Conference. I'm going to break it down, take a deep dive like I always do into the game, and start from the first quarter. The Raptors, they go on a 9-0 run with 4:30 left in that first quarter. Norman Powell had 2 nice dunks to start the game in that first quarter. Pascal Siakam was cooking. I mean, I don't even know why the Pistons are starting Thon Maker, to be honest with you. And I definitely don't understand. I definitely do not understand why they keep putting Thon Maker on Pascal Siakam. Like, I know they look alike, but they're not anywhere near the same skill level. And the man was getting cooked on the defensive end. He looks like he's fast, but he's nowhere remotely close to Pascal Siakam's speed. And like I said, Pascal cooked him basically all night. I think they put Markieff Morris in after a while. I don't even remember seeing Thon Maker after the first quarter. The Raptors went on a couple runs. They went on that 9-0 run with 4:30 left in that first quarter, and then they went on an 8-0 run with 1:04 left in the quarter. Overall, it was a 19-7 run over the last 6 minutes in that first quarter. Raptors shot 68% from the field, 43% from beyond the arc. Pascal Siakam played all 12 minutes in that first quarter and scored 13 points. Pistons shot 29%. God damn. From the field. Yeah, they shot 29% from the field and 31% from beyond the arc. How does that even happen? They shot better from 3 than 2. Pistons only made... Oh, listen to this. Pistons only made 2 field goals inside the arc and 4 field goals beyond the arc in the first quarter. And Raptors led by 10 after one quarter, 30-20. Yeah, Raptors led by 10, 30-20 after the first. Second quarter comes along. Pistons start the quarter on a 7-0 run, going back to the end of the first quarter. I think it's Bruce Brown is his name. He got a little layup at the end before the first quarter ended, and then they started the second quarter off with the 5-0 run. And Norman Powell ended that run with a nice left-handed scoop layup off the glass. Chris Boucher hit Chris Boucher got a one-handed slam dunk, slammed that shit down with authority. Pistons only made 4 shots inside the arc in that second quarter and 9 shots from beyond the arc. Kyle Lowry crosses out the Piston rookie, like I said, Shivniak. I think that was his name. If I mispronounced it, let me know in the comment section down below. I don't know how you're going to let me know, because all you could do is type it out. But if any of my boys are listening to the podcast and you know how to pronounce that name, hit me up. Pistons are trailing the Raptors 60-47 at halftime. Raptors shot 55% from the field and 44% from beyond the arc. And Pistons were shooting 35% from the field and 41% from beyond the arc at halftime. Third quarter comes along. First field goal, that was literally... with the 11 minutes left in that third quarter, right when the quarter started, a minute in, that's when Andre Drummond got his first field goal. I don't know how he got 2020 game, how he ended up with the 2020 game, but for the season, he's averaging 20 points and 20 rebounds against the Raptors. But for some reason, all 3 of those games, it didn't feel like he even scored a bucket. It literally didn't feel like it. You tell me, guys. Let me know in the comment section. Like, I know there's a reason why he's having trouble getting value, or the Pistons are having trouble trading him, or have had trouble trading him in the past. But do you think he's the type of player that will make a difference, for example, if the Raptors made a trade for him? Do you feel like in the Raptors system that he can, play better and his stats will actually mean something? Or who would you rather have? Would you rather have Marc Gasol on our team, a guy that could spread the floor, a guy that could play smart defense, and basically lives rent-free inside Joel Embiid's mind, basically, in his head. He's living rent-free in Joel Embiid's head. Free real estate. Would you rather have Marc Gasol on your team, or would you rather have Andre Drummond, who Joel Embiid loves to go against every time he sees him? He sees red every time he sees him in the paint. Serge Ibaka is the only player in NBA history with 500 threes and 1,500 blocks. Take that in. The only player in NBA history. That's just a side note. I had to put that in there because Matt Devlin explained it during the game, and I had to write it down just to make sure I got that out to you guys in case you didn't know. Pistons go on an 8-0 run. Fred VanVleet, Steady Freddy, ICV ends that with the pull-up three. And then the Raptors, at the end of the third quarter, through 3 quarters, they shoot 50% from the field, 41% from beyond the arc. Pistons shot 34% from the field and 34% from beyond the arc. Fourth quarter comes up. VanVleet is cooking the Pistons. And when I say cooking them, I mean literally stirring them in a pot and clowning them all night long in that fourth quarter. He started it off with a 9-1. Norman Powell throws down his third dunk at the beginning of that fourth quarter. Norman Powell was just going in the lane, soaring down the lane, and just dunking it on whoever it was. It literally looked like a drill. Raptors go on a 12-0 run. I think Fred VanVleet had 2 and 1s in that. Yeah, I think he had 2 and 1s in that fourth quarter. Pascal Siakam also had an and 1. And Chris Boucher had a nice 2-handed dunk on Andre Drummond. Norman Powell had another. His fourth dunk was the actual legit put the nail in the coffin. Let's finish off Andre Drummond and let's get this baptism over with. Literally. That's how. Oh, man. If you guys watch the game, I really feel bad for Andre Drummond. This isn't the first time he's been baptized by the Raptors. Jakob Poeltl, a few years ago, got literally slammed it on him at home. It was a nasty dunk. It looked like one of those Blake Griffin dunks that he had on. If you remember what Blake Griffin did to Kendrick Perkins and Timothy Mozgov, that's literally what Jakob Poeltl kind of did to Andre Drummond. I think DeMar DeRozan. Oh no, DeMar DeRozan almost got Drummond one time, but then Kyle Singler got caught in the act. But yeah, there's a lot of history with Andre Drummond getting baptized by every and any Toronto Raptor. Let's get into the individual stats. Actually, you know what? I'm going to talk about. Let me just read out the full team stats before we get into it for the whole game. So the Raptors shot 44 of 86 from the field for 51%. Detroit shot 28 of 79 for 35%. Raptors only shot 9 threes for 33%, 9 of 27 from beyond the arc. Pistons shot 11 of 36 for 31%. Free throws, Raptors shot 8 of 11 for 73%. And Pistons shot 25 of 34, 74%. Rebounding was pretty good. I mean, Pistons out-rebounded us by 2, 45 to 43. Offensive rebounds, they beat us +5, 13 to 8. Assists, we got 26 assists tonight, which is pretty good. It's around our average, I think, but we were +8 in assists, 26 to 18. And steals wise, we were 6 to 5, we were +1. Blocks 7 to 6, we were +1. Turnovers 14 to 15, we were +1. I think we had a few more turnovers than we usually do, but that Serge Ibaka is a cause for that one. I felt like Serge Ibaka, even though he had a really good game tonight, in that third quarter, he had like a couple offensive fouls. He was shooting air balls in the paint. The man was just turning over the ball, throwing the ball out of bounds, giving illegal screens. But that kind of has to do with the point guard too, because he's got to kind of wait. But still, Serge Ibaka is the one receiving the fouls. So he had 5 turnovers, I think, in that third quarter. Fouls. The foul discrepancy was lopsided in this game. We had 27 fouls and they only had 12. They were a +15 in fouls. And technicals, I think Andre Drummond got a technical in the game today. And Kyle Lowry missed that free throw, so didn't matter. And Raptors defense was really good. Aside from the second quarter where they allowed the Pistons to score 27 points, the other 3 quarters, they only allowed the Pistons to score 20 points in the first quarter, 22 points in the third quarter, and 23 points in the fourth quarter. Held them under 100 points because they held them to 92 in total. So it was pretty good. And Pascal Siakam, the man has been cooking the Pistons all season long. And he's averaging about like 30 points on the Pistons. Every time he sees them, he goes off. And we returned the favor to Dwayne Casey because he swept us last year 3-0 for the season series. And this year we're up 3-0 on them. And they're obviously plagued with injuries with Blake Griffin out and Luke Kennard out. And Derrick Rose, I think, left to the locker room for a bit, but he came back. Reggie Jackson hasn't been healthy the whole year. But yeah. And we play the Pistons one more time. March 14th, I believe. And I believe that's at home. Once we take care of business that night, we sweep them 4-0. The top scores for the game, like I said, player of the game goes to Pascal Siakam. 36 minutes, he had 13 points, 8 boards, 4 assists, 12 of 19 from the field, 4 of 5 from the free throw line, 2 of 4 from the three-point line, with 1 block, 3 turnovers. Serge Ibaka, 29 minutes, 21 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 9 of 14 from the field, no free throw attempts, 3 of 4 from the three-point line, with 5 turnovers. Fred VanVleet, 38 minutes, played the most minutes out of any starter, 16 points, 8 rebounds, 9 assists, third with a triple-double, 7 of 11 from the field, 0 of 1 from the free throw line, 2 of 4 from the three-point line, with 2 steals and a turnover. Norman Powell only had 12 points in 29 minutes with 7 boards, 1 assist, 6 of 13 from the field, no free throw attempts, 0 of 4 from 3, 3 steals, a block, and 2 turnovers. Even though Norman Powell only had 12 points, the man had a bunch of highlight reels tonight, and he's going to be all over SportsCenter, and so is Andre Drummond, but not for the right reason. Those are all your starters, basically. Chris Boucher, those are all the main guys that scored in double figures. But Chris Boucher had 8.7 rebounds in 18 minutes. OG Anunoby had 6 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist in 24 minutes. And Lowry in 31 minutes had 7 points, 2 rebounds, 6 assists. And Terrence Davis II had 5 points and a rebound in 11 minutes. So all in all, pretty good effort by everybody. Took care of business. Professional win against a team under 500. Thon Maker, god damn, he's about to get dropped by the Detroit Pistons. 14 minutes, only 1 point, 1 rebound, 2 assists. My boy, the one that got crossed out by Lowry. Don't want to keep butchering his name, so I'm going to just say the rookie. In 26 minutes, scored 13 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Drummond, 35 minutes, 20 points, 20 rebounds, 1 assist, 7 of 12 from the field, 6 of 12 from the free throw line, no 3-point attempts, 1 steal, 5 turnovers. Derrick Rose, 30 minutes, 21 points, no rebounds, 3 assists, 9 of 16 from the field, 1 of 1 from the free throw line, 2 of 5 from the three-point line, no blocks, no steals, 1 turnover. Tony Snell, 31 minutes, 6 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. Reggie Jackson, 30 minutes, 8 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists. Markieff Morris, 19 minutes, 9 points, 6 rebounds, no assists. Christian Wood, 13 minutes, 7 points, 5 rebounds, no assists. Now the guys who scored in single digits, I'm not going to waste your time reading their field goal percentage and all that crap. I'm only going to do that for the main players, which I already did. But yeah, those are mainly all the stats for both teams. Raptors, if y'all are out celebrating, if y'all are out right now at the bar drinking, take a shot for the Raptors because they are on fire. They do not look like they can lose a game right now. Hopefully Marc Gasol comes back. If he can't come back for the Chicago game, I won't be mad. But please, Marc Gasol, be back for the home and home against the Pacers. We need a fully loaded team because they are fully loaded. They got Malcolm Brogdon, Victor Oladipo back. They got Jeremy Lamb. They got Justin Holiday on the bench. They got Aaron Holiday on the bench. They got TJ Warren. They got Domantas Sabonis, and they got Miles Turner. They got a lot of bigs that can do a lot of damage in the paint, and we need Serge Ibaka and Marc Gasol fully healthy so we could be at full strength and go at them and get those 2 W's to take the season series, because right now they're up 1-0 they're up 1-0 because we had that overtime loss when we were shorthanded and Larry was going off on every team. Larry literally put the whole team on his back for that little spurt where we were plagued with injuries with Marc Gasol, Norman Powell, Siakam all out. But yeah, that's going to do it for now. If you enjoyed the podcast, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, show your boy that love, support your boy, and we'll be back Sunday night, or maybe before that if I have some more videos to drop. But yeah, more than likely Sunday night or Sunday afternoon we'll be back with the Chicago Post-Game Podcast. So till then, stay blessed, stay woke, and please stay safe. Peace!